Good morning, everybody. Christy from Getting Into Prepping. This morning, I want to just elaborate on the food or the preparing of food aspect of preparedness or emergencies. For those who didn't watch, last night I spent a night out camping in the bikers hotel, which was basically a poncho tied over my bike, and I slept there for the night. So I'm going to continue in that camping vein, preparing food this morning. So I'm just going to show you a very basic meal where I will be using bully beef and some sauce just to prepare a meal for myself and my wife Alma. So yeah, let's start off with the preparation. The first thing that you're looking at now is just a very rudimentary small little camp stove that I'm using. So that will be our heat source for the process. Then I've just got a camping pot that I will be using as well. Once again, welcome to the suburbs. The pot that I will be using to prepare the meal in, and then yeah, as I go along I will just take you on the journey with me, and yeah, let's do some breakfast. The first ingredient is just this chakalaka with beans that I'm going to use as a base for the meal. So I'm just going to put that in first. So I've just emptied the can into the pot. I'm just going to add a little bit of water to that mixture just to give it a little bit more of a fluent substance, so that I can prepare it or use it better. I'm just going to start up the stove and start warming this up. So the stove is now lit. We are good to go. Just make sure that if you use this type of setup, that your base or your gas stove is placed on a very flat surface, or a very surface that you can actually get some stability in it. Otherwise you're going to have a problem. And it's also good advice to, whenever you work with the contents of the pot, just to grab onto the handles, just to make sure that you've got control over this. I've seen a couple of videos of people actually losing their meal because of not doing that. So it's just a little bit of an advice that I also learned the hard way. Sometimes you do spill if you're not careful. So yeah, that's the first ingredient. The sauce is in. Now I'm just going to put in the bully beef as well. I'm just going to open it up, Bull Brand bully beef. I'm just going to open it up, cut it into pieces, and then add it to the pot, and then just let everything warm up slowly, because if you do it too quickly it's going to get burned. So yeah, stick with me. Yeah, so I've just cut the bully beef into small pieces and added it to the mix. I will just now start mixing it in with the sauce and heating it up until it's ready to be eaten. Just some advice, if you do emergency preparedness cooking, the smaller the pieces that you use, the less energy you have to use and the less time you have to spend heating things up or making things to cook things. For instance, if you've got a piece of meat, we all love at least an inch thick steak. But if you do prepare that, it does take a longer time if you have to use a gas stove, for instance. So that would be, although it's almost sacrilege, but you will have to cut that steak up into smaller pieces if you want to prepare it in a pan, just to save some time and energy at the end of the day. Because like I said, the smaller the pieces, the quicker the less time you have to spend, and the quicker it gets done, and the less energy you have to use. Especially in an emergency situation, you don't want to waste any energy resources that you've got. So that is just some good advice from me. Yeah, so let's just mix this in and continue. So yeah, I'm just using my spork to do the mixing. It's a plastic spork that I bought at one of the local places. See, there I nearly made the mistake of stirring without holding onto it, and it nearly ended up in a disaster. That would have been funny, I think. But yeah, so that's just it. So it's starting to look good. I just need to warm it up, and then once it's warmed up, I will then treat my wife to a breakfast. I have made a video in the past on condiments and how condiments then can actually make your food taste a little bit better. For that purpose, excuse me, for that purpose I've got this chili salt that I'm just going to add a pinch to it, maybe more than a pinch, but just to add some flavor to it, to make it a little bit more interesting. I do like my chilies, and Elma's also developed a little bit of a chili taste nowadays. So yeah, I'm just going to mix that into the mixture or the combo here, and then it should be ready shortly. Yeah, and just like that, the meal is done. So I'm just going to remove it from the gas stove. Just a note, as you can see, this pot has got plastic ends for easy handling. Don't use this on an open fire. You will definitely lose your pot handles if you do that. So if you can avoid it, use it on a gas stove only, and not on an open fire. So yeah, as you can see, nice and hot. So I'm just going to remove that, and then as I remove this, just place it over here on a rock. I'm just going to take the little kettle that comes with it just to boil some water for a coffee. So yeah, just another part of the set that I've got. It also comes with a pan. It's a three piece or three cook set. So yeah, I'm just going to boil some water for some coffee as well. And there we go. As you can see, in a very short time the water is boiling. So we are ready to have some coffee. So I'm just going to pour the coffee into the cup, and then I will just go and add the milk. And there we go. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of this video. Just wanted to show you that there is alternative ways of preparing breakfast, especially preparing my camping breakfast after my stay in the biker hotel. I did enjoy that as well. Please watch that video. It's just before this one on the list. And yeah, like I always say, make sure that you've got your equipment in place. Make sure that you know that how to use that equipment. Make sure that the equipment is functioning. Make sure that you know that your gas canisters is full and ready to be used. I want to thank you for spending some time and watching this video. I hope that you did learn something from it, or at least get some tips. And then, yeah, like I always say, keep on prepping, and see you in the next one.